supporting my YouTube channel, Sonja Soulsations. Yes, Sonja Soulsations. So real quickly, I just want to jump on here in this upload, this segment, and say that when someone shows you consideration, that's just so really sweet. You know, the thoughtfulness is a consideration. That means that person had you on their mind and wanted to show kindness and appreciation and love and care towards you. And if you have that and someone is considerate and thoughtful, that is a blessing. So this chair that I'm sitting in, I've got to tell you, this rocking chair, I hope you can see it. Yeah, can you see that? Let me tell you. I'm not going to be on here long, but I just want to share two valid points when it comes to thoughtfulness. So this rocking chair that I'm sitting in, which I love, which I find amazing, it's a whole journey with this rocking chair. And there is a lot of peace, and there's a lot of comfort and warmth in my space of life with a rocking chair. So 26 years ago, I was pregnant with my youngest son. And my husband and I, Ron, we were ecstatic about the delivery. I knew from the beginning that Austin was going to be a boy. You know, we didn't do the sonograms or the testing to find out the sex of the baby. Just in my heart, just from the very beginning, I knew that our youngest son, Ron and I, our youngest son was going to be a boy, and he was due on August the 15th. But of course, on August 15th came and went. And wasn't living here in Atlanta at the time, was living in Kansas, Wichita, Kansas at the time. And I was sitting in a white wicker, maybe brownish wicker, rocking chair. And I knew it was time. This was on the 21st of August. It was time to go to the hospital. And Ron comes in from work, and I say to him, you know, it's time. And so fast forward, the rocking chair, the wicker, it was brown actually, the brown wicker chair, somehow Ron broke my rocking chair. And he always said he would get me another one. And year after year after year after year went by. Moved to Atlanta, there would be times that I would say, oh, look at that rocking chair. Anyway, this went on and 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 on. But I always wanted a rocking chair. And I even said to myself, I'm going to buy me a rocking chair. The other day, actually it was last weekend, Ron comes upstairs and he says to me, hey, I got something for you. It's downstairs. And I kind of, you know, didn't really hurriedly go downstairs. But I went downstairs, and in the living room was this rocking chair 26 years later. And of course, I quickly moved it up into this space that I'm in. And if many of you are tuning in to East Point Church of the Nazarene self-care segment, you know that I offer self-care tips for our church and for those who tune in, guests and friends. And last segment, I talked about space, you know, having space, whether you have to create a space or recreate a space or reclaim your space. So anyway, this rocking chair ended up in this space. This is my office. This is if guests and family and friends come to our home and need to spend some time here with us, there's a place for them to be able to do that. But this is my space. This is where I come and study and write and record. But anyway, rocking chair is in this space. And so 2 points that I want to bring out of this very, very personal narrative that I just shared with you is, I don't care how long you have been praying to God about something in your life. It could be one day, it could be 6 months, it could be 25 years, it could be 30 years. The point is, when we pray and believe God for whatever we are believing God for, God is going to answer the prayer. Now, we don't know when God's going to answer the prayer. But what I do know is God will answer the prayer. The prayer could be yes to whatever your request may be. The prayer may be not right now, because God has something so much better. Or the prayer can be no, because God knows the end of that thing that you are asking. So I want to encourage someone that is listening to me right now on Sonja Soulsations. Whatever you have been praying for, whatever you have been believing God on, and you are still waiting, don't give up. Don't give up. And how are you waiting? How are you waiting? Are you waiting grudgingly? Are you doubting? Are you fearing? How are you waiting on God? Are you waiting in expectation? Hey. So anyway, this is my rocking chair. And the other point that I want to make is thoughtfulness. And I talked a little bit about that at the beginning. When someone thinks of you, texts you, calls you, buys you a gift, says, hey, I was thinking of you. If someone shows you consideration, care, and love, don't take that for granted. Too many people walking around just being inconsiderate of how people feel about them. There are many people that God has placed in your life and as well as mine that support us, love us, rooting for us, support our ministries, support our family and friends and our journey. Do not take those people, those loving, kind, considerate people in your life for granted. Don't do it. And if you're being arrogant about it, check yourself. Don't be arrogant when people are showing up in your life and you just are so nonchalant about it. You don't return calls, you're not returning texts, you're not saying thank you or kind words. Don't do that. There are a lot of people that would love to have someone in their life that is supporting them, thinking of them, being kind and compassionate and really sweet and supporting their life and wanting to be a very helpful presence. Don't take that which God has blessed you with. Considerate, loving, kind sister friends, brothers, team members, work family. Don't take loving, kind, sweet people that are in your life for granted. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I talk a lot about mutual respect and reciprocity. And so if you have just people in your life that think about you and love you, I mean really, truly love you and want the very best in your life and for your life, blessed. I feel incredibly blessed. When I saw this rocking chair, that just filled my love tank even the more. And once again, just lets me know how much my husband truly loves me and how much I love him. And I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed to have that kind of love and that kind of friendship with my husband in our marriage. Maybe one day I'll talk a little bit more about friendship and marriage. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in and supporting Sonja Soulsations.